I had an extremely vivid, detailed dream about a woman that lives in the Midwest. She lives on the Midwest part of the country of America. Flat land, no mountains, small town, big like farming area. But this woman that lives in the Midwest, she drives a small silver like Honda or like a Kia, a car like that. I'm not sure if I have the exact, make and model of the car, but it's a small car like that. Nothing fancy. And this woman that lives in the Midwest, she is married. However, like all partners, her partner may not have treated her the best since they've been married. However, he is a good man and he loves her. But long story short, this woman that lives on the Midwest, she met a man, a thin white man who works at a factory. The area that it is in the region of, the world that they live in, this factory job is like considered a good job. And she fell for this man. She fell for him or falling for him. And he courted her. He would take her to small little diners, whatever small little attractions that the town did have. And mind you, I had this dream last night. I have not been able to get it off my mind whatsoever. It was just too real, too vivid. And the man, it's a thin white man, kind of not tall, but he's about maybe 6'6", 6'2", something like that. And the woman pretty much fell for the guy, and she even slept with him. I know initially, this is how vivid the dream was. Initially, she used a condom and she tried to convince herself that it wasn't bad because she used a condom. But I'm relaying this message about this dream because the woman is married and she never told the man that she was married. And I don't believe the guy knows that she's married either. She has been keeping it a secret. But he would take her, this factory working thin white man would take her to like an old raggedy beat up apartment complex. Honestly, I want to say it could even be like an extended stay motel. And it's one of his family members that lived there. They would go to his apartment. And the family member, the guy that lives in this apartment, he's like a sketchy guy. For some reason, I want to say he's into trafficking. He even had people at his house, victims at his house. That's a little far off, but I mean, that's to the left. However, yeah, he would take her there and they would sleep with each other there at this house. But long story short, the family member's house that lives in this raggedy extended stay or raggedy apartment, he found out that she was married and he started to blackmail her, and she was afraid to let her husband know what was going on or anybody know what was going on. And when it was all said and done, the thin white factory working man, he played the wife. He only slept with her just as a trophy on his belt. That's all he wanted to do was just sleep with her. He didn't want her. He didn't want her at all, whatsoever. And the woman just felt really, really stupid afterwards. She felt dumb, and the man that she was married to, he ended up moving on. But initially, he actually still wanted to work it out, but the woman was still deceived by the thin factory working man. So I'm just relaying this dream because the word of God clearly says warning come before destruction. If you are a woman that lives on the Midwest, I'm not sure if you're white or black, what nationality you are. If you meet a thin white factory working man, run. Run, and going back home to your husband. That's all I'm going to say. Because this dream has had me up all day today, debating whether or not I should even, relay this dream or not, but it was just so specific. So don't cheat on your husband. That's what the word of God says anyways, because you made covenant with God and your husband. But even if your husband is not a perfect man, don't do it. It's a setup. The devil is a lie, okay? Don't do it. God bless. Bye.